What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a little bit different type of video. Obviously, I'm not on a golf course today, but I've been getting a lot of questions, and there's been just a lot of kind of speculation. I haven't really said much about this, but before I go any farther, yes, I am married, and this is my wife, Katie, and we've been married for about coming up on 3 years.
Yep.
Okay, and I haven't there hasn't been much on my social pages. There hasn't been just a lot of information about, I guess, her and I, because it's just mainly golf. But we kind of wanted to change it up a little bit, and I wanted everybody to know I want people to know a little bit about what happens behind the scenes and just kind of more real life type of stuff. And so that's we're just gonna do a video and talk about kind of our story and yeah, pretty much just where we started and kind of where we got from. So that's what today's video is about. So this is my wife, Katie, and she's absolutely amazing. So
thanks,
honey.
Hello.
Katie. So I hope you got your coffee or whatever makes your blood flow through those veins of yours or whatever. But I'm drinking coffee. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of dive right into this. And I mean, some of you guys follow Katie on Instagram, so you kind of have a little bit of an idea of kind of just what happens in more, I guess, everyday life.
Well, I'm a little bit nervous. We get on camera, kind of first time. I feel like I share a lot on my social media, but it's not a lot of me, in the camera, so.
Yeah. So you can tell her right now in the comments that it doesn't have to be perfect, and this is just YouTube, and we're just chilling. This is real life. So basically.
This is our couch.
Yeah, we are in our house right now. We got married in September of 2018, and we kind of had a little bit of an interesting start to our marriage. Literally the day after we got married, I broke my foot, and then that kind of just set us off onto a trajectory that we were not expecting.
We're we'll save money. We're gonna go to his brother's beach house instead of going to a resort or something for a honeymoon. And so,
they were out of town.
Yeah, they were out of town. So we get to the house, and they had been out of town. Okay, so we get to the house. They had been out of town for a little while. So when we got in, their fire alarm was low battery, so it was just kind of chirping, And so he gets up on a ladder, and they have 12-foot ceilings, tile floor. Okay, so he gets up on a ladder, and I hold it for him the first time. And then he comes back down. I go into the kitchen, and he goes back up and doesn't tell me. And I turn around and see him falling off of this ladder, because basically the ladder slid on the tile floor, and he is free falling.
Yeah, so I fell probably about 10 or 11 feet. I landed on top of the ladder, completely just shattered my right foot. Yeah, that's right. My right foot, I tore my ankle really bad, and I had to have surgery on just on my foot, and I have a plate and 4 screws in there. And I was really I was pursuing golf at that time, obviously, and then basically it was just came to a complete halt. I was in a cast, and I was in a cast for almost a month, and then I was in a boot and on crutches for the next 3.5 months, and I literally did not pick up or swing a golf club for, I think it was about 6 months, close to 6 months. And obviously I was just really devastated, and that was how our marriage started. So we were just kind of blindsided by that. And
our plan was to, after the honeymoon, our plan was to move to Florida and play in its minor league.
Yeah, we were just gonna I was just gonna pursue some tournament golf and on some mini tours in Florida, and unfortunately that just kind of came to a complete halt. And then we were just we were kind of at a loss, and then we just kind of had to start over. And it was Katie had just quit her job, and then she basically was I couldn't work because I was working at a golf course at the time, and I could no longer work, so she had to go get a job.
I quit my job because I was starting a business, and I was coaching women on skin care and gut health, and all of that. And so I had just quit my job to do that full time, and you were gonna stay working at the golf course while I kind of got that up and going, and then we were gonna move into pursuing the tour and that kind of thing. So it was all kind of mingled, but that's why I quit. And then when we got back from our honeymoon, it was you can't work anymore because you were working at a golf course, so you couldn't walk. And then that's when I, like, literally the day after we got back from our honeymoon, I went to a breakfast place and basically begged for a job and told him the story. It's like, I need to work here. I need a job. So then I waitressed. That's when I waitressed 7 days a week for the next 6 months while he recovered.
Yeah, so that was just, I mean, it was completely just unexpected, and I mean, just like thinking about it, kind of reliving it right now, it's just like it was like pretty tough time. But basically, fast forward to like the end of the year, end of 2018. We're like, what do we do now? And then a job opportunity came up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. By that time, I was just starting to walk again. So by the end of the year, it was like end of December. We literally just like packed up everything and we moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana. So I took the job doing exterior trim and siding in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It was very cold there. It was very cold there. But I did that. She took a job out of a chiropractor's office doing like muscle testing, and she went to school massage. Katie went to massage therapy school, so she took a job working out of a chiropractor's office, and we did that for all of 2019.
It was like 15 months.
It was like 15 months. So
Yeah.
we lived in Fort Wayne for about 15 months. I was finally able to start pursuing golf again. Basically, I mean, I was working full time, so I was basically just practicing when I could in the evenings. There's actually a driving range in Fort Wayne called Bobix, and there's actually, I think some of you guys are from Fort Wayne. I kind of have some connections there, but there was Bobix driving range in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I bought a membership there. That it was kind of cool. We had no money at the time, so I couldn't even really afford it, but I still saw it as valuable for me to keep pursuing golf. So we literally put like a driving range membership on our credit card, which is just a pretty cool story, and I kind of want to share more about that in the future. But
Yeah.
it was just I kept the dream alive, and I knew that I wanted to continue pursuing golf, and I just, it was kind of like doing whatever it took to be able to continue to pursue that for myself and for us, because that's what we felt like and still feel like we're supposed to be doing, which is just incredible.
The other cool thing is that we actually found an apartment on a par 3. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, on a par 3 golf course. He got to play on this golf course for pretty much free, and then the Bobix, because the golf course didn't have a range, it was just the par 3 golf course, so that's why we got the Bobix membership. But that's a cool. I just wanted to say that because that was a really cool, like, perk, and also just a cool piece of the story, like, that we feel like God really orchestrated, because it's like, he still had that desire even though his foot was in shambles.
Broke. Basically, all of 2019, it was just like working full time, going to the driving range in the evenings, and then we pretty much kind of coming into the end of that. In September of 2019 is when
Garrett FaceTimed you.
Garrett reached out to me. I mean, obviously, me and him are cousins, so we communicate a lot. But he reached out to me specifically to ask me if I wanted to come back to Kansas City and start pursuing GM golf with him again, and like YouTube, because I mean, many of you guys know the story about how me and Garrett started on Instagram. We started GM golf on Instagram. We kind of just grew that following a little bit, and then I stepped away. That's when I got married, and then Garrett continued to grow his business, and then he built the platform onto YouTube, and then him, Matt, and Steve kind of built that up, and then Garrett asked me to come back and rejoin it. Which was never something I was expecting. We had an agreement when I left, and it was just really cool, and it kind of worked out. It was just really awesome how it worked out. So.
And when Garrett called, I remember it being like such a long shot for him to even ask you, like, because in his head he was saying, I don't know, like, I know you're married now, it's maybe a long shot, like Katie probably maybe doesn't want to come along with it or whatever. And so it was just a cool thing that he even kind of like took the risk to even ask. Yeah.
Something that is kind of like, I guess, brushed over is like I would not be here today, and we would not be here today with YouTube and with my, like, where I'm at in golf if it wasn't for Garrett. Yeah. And I think that that like that's kind of like I guess underemphasized, and people don't really know the full story there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will forever be so incredibly thankful to Garrett for, you know, kind of just like, I guess taking a risk and like asking me
Yeah.
to come back and rejoin the brand, which was just incredible. And like I said, we would not be in this position without him. So that's kind of something that, again, it's something I want to kind of like share more about in the future. But basically, September, I guess it was end of 2019 is kind of when I started coming back into like some YouTube videos. So we officially moved back to Kansas City in March of 2020,
Yeah.
and I started doing GM golf with Garrett full time again. And then shortly after that is when COVID kind of ramped up, and just things went crazy for everybody.
Right after Purcell Farms.
Right after Purcell Farms, and then, you know, basically from then until now, it's just been like full-time YouTube. I'm a YouTube golfer now, which is not really what I was ever expecting, but
Yeah.
it's awesome and I love it. And there's just some really it's incredible. I love what I do, and I'm so thankful for it. Summer of 2020, and this is kind of like a really brief and like just a quick version. Summer of 2020, basically just did YouTube all summer with Garrett, and then that's kind of, so the idea of Good started, and then, you know, we all moved to the Dallas area, kind of August of 2020. So we launched our brand Good. Actually, just before we launched that, that's when I started my YouTube channel full time. Like
August
that's when
2020 was when we started. Yeah.
So it's coming up on 1 year, which is crazy that I've been having my own channel, which is awesome. But basically, I started my channel just kind of see what would happen, and you know, it really like took off more than I was expecting. I'm kind of making YouTube videos for my own channel just once a week or something, I think is what it was. And then basically end of 2020, me and Garrett decided to kind of separate our brands, and that's when I started doing my channel full time. And then, you know, Garrett is doing his thing, and one thing I want to emphasize is me and Garrett have a great relationship, and I'm incredibly thankful for everything he's done, like to help me basically kind of like move into my own brand, which is just, it's incredible. Katie does a lot like behind the scenes, and for anybody who is wondering, most of the videos that like actually I would say on probably 90% of the videos, when somebody is filming, like me and Zach play a match, or like me play a course vlog or anything else really, Katie's always the one behind the camera. So that's like, there's been a lot of people that are like, who's filming, and it's Katie. And she does that, and she also does a lot of stuff on like the back end of just like helping our business grow, and she's like just really creative in that sense. So we make a really good team.
Yeah, we do.
And
yeah, learning how to work together and be married it's a challenge, or it's been a challenge, but it's exciting and fun to be able, like, we just complement each other, I feel like.
Yeah. So I would say that's kind of like the rundown. And I know I talked for a lot of this, but I believe before like the end of this summer, I'm gonna play in a few tournaments and like document them kind of as we go. But I think that I kind of want to we kind of want to implement some more like lifestyle type of content. And like, for instance, we want to get into like Airbnb and real estate, and right now we're finishing up our first like project or Airbnb, and we're gonna make a video about how we started that and how we did that. So that's the kind of content I kind of want to like start implementing, and just kind of like show you guys more, I guess, real life, and kind of like, I guess, behind the scenes maybe, I don't know what it is, and just kind of like about us and what we're doing, and just kind of like share that a little more, because I think it's cool. Utilize what you have now instead of waiting for something to happen or someone to happen before you start. Like, you just have to start. And I think that's and I think as you pursue that, there's different things that, you know, come into your life that is a catalyst for you to be able to get somewhere. And I think that the biggest thing is just like setting something in motion, and then after that, like, you know, opportunities will come up as you're ready for them, I guess you could say. For this video, I didn't want it to be extremely long, but this is kind of just like, we just wanted to like put it out there and kind of start telling our story a little more, as far as like who we are and where we're going, and kind of, I guess, some of where we've been. But
the first year and a half of being married, we like could only eat meat basically like once a week.
It was like the rice and beans diet.
Yeah, like it was pretty bad. And are you okay?
May have just missed my mouth.
You know, Texas was really expensive, which is why we ended up moving to Fort Wayne, because it was cheaper. But even when we were in Fort Wayne, it was like we always had this, you know, mindset of we want something different, and in our heads it was bigger. And so like when we say we put the driving range membership on a credit card, like that was a big deal. Oh wait, where's your computer? I think this would be a fun. The other thing we put on the credit card was this computer. It was like $120, and I just remember we went into Best Buy, and Tig, we were literally in there for like an hour and a half, and he was just basically like pacing and like thinking about if we should get it and if it was going to be like a dumb decision and all this stuff. And so we finally ended up getting it, and it was like $120, and it's a Chromebook Mini, and this is literally what transfers all of our YouTube footage to our editor.
Yeah.
So
this was like, I bought this 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When we lived in Fort Wayne.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
We had to put it on the credit card. We were like nervous. We weren't going to be able to pay it, you know, back or whatever. Like, it's just crazy, and it's so cool because this is what we use now. So the other cool thing is that we have a lot of people who like ask us how we do stuff, or they say, oh, I have this dream, or I want to do that, and then they proceed to say like, but I need this before I can do that. And this computer is kind of like that, you know, proof for us and for everyone else that like you don't need all these other things, and it might just look like $120 computer, or you know, just do the best with what you have, and that's kind of like what we want to inspire people to do, because it's been a big theme for us in our life. And I don't know, I feel like we get a lot of questions about that.
Let us know in the comments if like this is the type of content you would like to see kind of moving forward. Obviously golf is my passion, that's my love, I'm going to continue to do that, but it's kind of just like I want to implement more about who I am and who we are into YouTube and like what we're doing. So let me know down in the comments if that excites you or not. And then one more thing, this is like, so my YouTube and Instagram, my Instagram account is pretty strictly golf. Like I share some on there, but Katie shares a lot of like more like lifestyle and personal stuff on her page. So I'm gonna link her Instagram at the top of the description. So if you want to kind of like follow along a little more like behind the scenes and lifestyle of us, go to that link and go follow her on Instagram, and you'll be able to see a lot on there, just about pretty much everyday life, and it won't be just like my golf swing every single time. So if you want to see that, go over there. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and for all those people who just didn't know yet, I'm married. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, we're gonna get right into the action with this. And Wednesday, coming up on Wednesday, I'm gonna be posting a golf video, but stay tuned in the future because we're gonna give like a little tour of our Airbnb that we just finished, and kind of talk about that. It was a really cool experience, kind of using my construction background to like implement now has been awesome, and then Katie's creativity to just kind of diversify is kind of what we're working with. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and everyone say welcome to the YouTube channel, Katie, in the comments. Let's see how many we can get. But hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.